Sounded like I came in the middle of a fun conversation there.
Well, we were proposing to each other is what was happening. And that's
I'm
basically what was
obsessed
happening.
with it. Well, first of all, congratulations to the two of you on this series. Watched all of the episodes, and I did not expect to have my heartstrings pulled and crying, especially in that final episode. I honestly really just loved watching the connection between Billy and Ollie, and it got me really nostalgic thinking about my childhood and my favorite toy was a teddy bear, and I still have that at my dad's house to this day. I'm wondering for the two of you, what is that special toy you had when you were a child? Gina, I'll begin with you.
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't have too many stuffed animals
Yeah.
growing up. I had two older sisters. So for me, they were my stuffed animals. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
were,
that was your entertainment.
and my like they were my snuggle, they were my comfort, they were my everything. So I would
Cool.
say, yeah, my two sisters were my teddy bears.
I had a stuffed animal monkey that we called Monk that my mom still has. I had a lot of stuffed animals and they lived in kind of a like hanging net thing in the corner of my childhood bedroom, but Monk was my Ollie for sure.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
I love that. Well, no spoilers here, but there is an amazing scene between Mama and Ollie, and the two characters do sing to each other. And I'm curious kind of how that played out behind the scenes. Were the two of you actually in the same room? How did it work with playing Ollie and being working with another character? Jonathan, I guess I'll begin with you.
It was so cool because the way that the part of what I think is so special about the show is that it's live action and animation combined, and the way that they make. And Gina, I'm like, we did this our first interview. I can't wait to hear like what it was like to act with the puppets on the set and like look at something that isn't even moving. But when you see the show as you've seen, Lauren, it's like it looks so realistic. So it
mm.
doesn't look like animation. It looks like the little guy is really speaking. And I got to be in the kind of booth. Gina had already laid down her entire performance, and I got to
Wow.
kind of riff, not like, but like emotionally riff on top of what she was doing. So I was in a whole scene with you, Gina, that you didn't even know that you were in with me necessarily, but I was reacting to all of your phenomenal acting. So I was watching her after she had done her performance already and doing it after her.
So cool. Thank
Oh,
you for sharing that. I love that. Gina, what was your experience like then for that particular sequence?
I did not know that was your experience. That
Yeah.
gave me goosebumps. Yeah, mine was vastly different. I mean, I am a massive fan of Jonathan and his voice, and I don't sing. I don't identify as a singer. So I don't
Not
identify
true.
as a singer at all. But
I heard
but
you singing a lot in this movie. It was great.
very difficult and terrifying and a great challenge because it was got out of my comfort zone, and to be singing across from Jonathan, who is a songbird, who you literally are magic when you sing. I feel like I'm levitating when I hear your voice. It is really magical. I'm serious. You are very special. And so for me, I was performing with it was three different experiences because it's with just a puppet and a puppeteer,
Mhm.
and he was phenomenal. I mean, the way he manipulated this puppet made me feel like there was like a live little bunny in front of me, and it could bring me to, I mean, it was really pretty. You're like, what is happening? And then just like a doll with nothing, and them just kind of like sticking it in front of my face, and then balls, and then the FX balls for I know there's like three silver balls, and they're just like sing and cry to these three silver balls. And so because you're like, whoa, what am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to do this? So it is really, it was a incredibly difficult and challenging experience, but I loved it so much. And I had heard some of your songs prior, so I just like I I just tried to channel you, Jonathan. Like when the puppet was talking from just like a random puppeteer voice or not saying anything at all to me, and I had to pretend like your voice was in there.
That is
Um,
hilarious.
I would channel you. I would just like hear you in my head because otherwise I was talking to nothing, which was wild.
That's awesome. Well, they're wrapping me. Thank you guys for sharing
Oh,
that. I'm down for a Jonathan and Gina musical. I mean, it
oh my
sounds like the
God.
two of you are like each other's biggest fans. So Gina,
I
I'm
mean,
so
I,
excited for Spy Kids reboot, and Jonathan,
oh,
huge
thank
Pine
you.
Hunter fan. So it was awesome to chat with the both of you today, and enjoy the rest of your press day. And thank you so much for this beautiful series.
Thank you,
Thanks, Laura.
Lauren.